Welcome back to Mike, a new series on FS17. This is the second attempt I had to start this before we get into the story. I'm now running version 1.21, let's get this right, version 1.2.1. I also got GPS on there, but this is not a GPS enabled tractor. I am not using full GPS, I'm just using the line. GPS actually works properly. Don't think because I'm doing it like this, it doesn't. It works very well indeed. But rather than cheat, I thought I'd do it like this, and I missed a whole lump there because I'm doing it like this. I'll have to come back and do that later. Right, I thought we'd carry on with the story of this farm, this episode. Right, for about 50 years it was very successful, and for those who don't know, this farm came into Mike's hands because a relative of, well, more relatives, but mainly a relative of his mother died, and he was the last surviving heir. Although there isn't much left of the farm now, sad to say. Just looking down and do that bit I missed up here. I've got another bit there we missed, but I think that's more to do with me just being a bad driver before I started this. Yes, for 50 years it's very successful indeed. It was one of the best farms in the valley, but circumstances changed. It was bad luck and illness took a toll of the farm. First real event was what they call locally the year of the ark. It rained just after they planted, and it continued to rain. It just did not stop. We might complain about rain in Britain, but it was nothing compared to what they had here. The lower fields were all flooded out, nothing much grew. The higher fields, luckily, they had beet on one and potatoes on the other of the two highest fields, which could be harvested. That didn't really matter so much about the mud. A lot of the machinery kept getting stuck, and they had a bit of a job to pull along. They actually had a tractor on the front helping to pull it along at times. It was that bad. But it got some money from that, but not really enough. It didn't pay the wages, shall we say that. But he had, say, many good years, so he had plenty of money in reserve to ride that year out, which he did quite successfully. The next year he thought, right, let's have a look and see what sold well last year. And of course, with the flooding around the area, local prices on everything were up. There just wasn't the stuff about to fill the market. He had a look. Sunflowers and soybeans both done well, so he planted almost all his fields except for 5 fields which he planted down to a mixture of wheat and barley, and 1 field which he had down as maize for animal fodder. Although he was by this time buying a lot of the stuff in, it was almost as well to go for the cash crops and buy what he needed in and just the amount he needed. Well, time came for the harvest, and guess what? Everybody had looked at the same figures locally, and yes, sunflower and soy were being grown by almost everyone. Now, he managed to get most of his, a couple of his fields in early, and he got a very good price for them, but by the time he came to harvest and sell the rest, everybody piled in. There was not the demand anymore. The price just went through the floor. He actually, for the rest of his fields, he got less than it cost to produce. The wheat and barley went quite well. That wasn't a problem. But again, he'd hit really bad times, so he decided the only way out was to start selling some stuff off, because money by now, second bad year, it's getting hard to live with it. So next, so I'll get one more year, and then I'm really going to have to make some tough decisions, and amongst that is, do I keep my staff on? He had two farmhands at the time, but say the next year, well, it wasn't as bad a disaster, except he went soy again, because he thought everybody would be getting out of soy and sunflower as they went wrong. He went mainly soy with some canola, or was I not right, some canola oil seed, right, as his main crops, with barley and wheat to give a little bit of money, but mainly for the straw. Well, nobody else much bothered to grow soy, so it's looking good until he went ill about halfway through the growing stage, and he really was poorly. His neighbours were doing what they could for him, but he couldn't do much, and they told him that in the soy he had some weevil, and he'd losing heart, and he said, "Oh, no, I don't eat much, well, except for about half the crop." So the soy went belly up again. The wheat went well, and the barley would have went well, except he was a bit late sowing his barley, and he was mainly sowing barley not for the feed trade but for the brewery industry, which pays a lot more than feed. But by the time he got round to harvesting, the breweries were satisfied with their lot. They didn't want any more. Oh, another bad year, and now the decisions had to be made. Well, firstly, he got rid of both his workers. They understood, they could see it coming, and they both actually went in, as just about all the other young people from the area were doing, and went into the local city to find work there. Let's face it, who wants to be a farm labourer, a backbreaker work at the best of times? And when you were no longer certain if your employer was going to stay solvent, it was a good time to need to get out. The trouble with one of them had a relation who was a bit hot-headed, and he decided to reap revenge, shall we say. The barn went up, and as did a straw stack. They never did catch who'd done it. Everybody knew, but you couldn't prove it. But the problem was the insurance company was a bit jumpy, and they took one look at the claim, and had a look around the farm and see things were going downhill, and they thought, hello, we've got a fraudulent claim here, we're not going to honour this, we don't think this is a true claim. But no money much that year. At the same time as getting that, he got all the animals except for the pigs, and he kept the 2 chickens for himself, just for the eggs, and the chicken to kill now and again to eat. His cows went, his sheep went, and he was just left with the pigs. He liked pigs, and pigs actually were paying quite well at the time. Yeah, I'm getting good at this. During that winter, and it had to be, didn't it? Just after he sold everything else off, what hit? Swine flu. He had a choice. The ones were okay, he could get immunised, but that was going to cost money, and the ones already had to be destroyed. which also cost money. Well, it drained the final bits of reserve, so after selling his animals, his pigs had gone, his straw had gone, so wouldn't really much get any more. He'd have to buy more straw in, and shall we say the lines of credit were fast running out. Nobody really wanted to give him credit anymore, so he sold some fields. Or he sold somewhere about 10 fields. He was said he was a big farmer back then, and he just left 10 fields which were close to his farmhouse, which he thought he could manage on his own. He sold a couple of tractors as well. He actually bought this one at that time because he decided he might as well downsize a lot of his equipment. He used to have a telehandler and could no longer warrant having a telehandler, so he bought this. As you see, it's got the connections on for the forks, which he got it. And he's well, it's all or nothing next year. Sunflower again. And he went with sunflower. And glory be, it was a brilliant year for once. He got in early, he got a good price, and he actually managed to buy two of his fields back again. But by now his health was beginning to suffer, and that winter, instead of ploughing, he was laid up. His neighbours again, when their work was done, were helping him out. Managed to get all his fields ploughed eventually, but it was getting a bit late in the year by the time he could get round to sowing. He was a little bit better then, so he went ahead, and 6 out of the 12 fields he managed to get sown before he went sick yet again. Those 6 fields were a mixture: some rape, some barley, some wheat, some maize, not to forage for once, but actually to sell the maize, and he actually put in a field of potatoes. Most of these came okay, and he made a very, very small profit, but the taxman was after him now because of the money he'd apparently made when he sold all his fields off. The taxman was after him, which took a lot of his cash that he built up over the previous two years, and doctor's fees were beginning to cripple as well. This insurance company would no longer insure him. He had long-term problems, bronchitis which could possibly lead to pneumonia, and they weren't willing to take the risk on him anymore. Keep it straight. Then came the last 3 years. Well, the last 3 years were a disaster. He was hospitalised twice in that time, which necessitated, out of the 12 fields, he had to sell 6 off straight away to pay for the hospital bill. Well, the next 2 years he had to sell those off. He sold a lot of his equipment off. He could still lease, luckily enough. Chad in the town was quite willing to lease stuff to him, and he was working mainly hand to mouth now. When he was fit enough he was farming, and when he wasn't, he couldn't. The last year he couldn't do a thing, and his debts built up with the bank to quite a large extent, by the time he died, the bank decided they're going to get their money back, as banks will. You won't get the best of a banker unless you're a billionaire and you owe the bank a couple of million. They don't normally bother to chase that because it's going to cost them too much to get it. But that's beside the point. He died, sadly. The bank came in sold off almost all his good equipment, sold off all bar one of the fields, and what we got left here now is all that is left. And let's get on with this, and next time I'll tell you about the valley itself. We don't want to fill it with too many problems at once. And Mike himself has been going around town a bit and making phone calls, looking at the phones on, and he's been making contact with different farmers around here and find out that there's not that much labour about in the valley anymore. So there's plenty of work for him to do if he wants it, and he looks like only 14,000 in his account at the moment, plus that big bank loan he's got. He's going to have to go out and work hard for other people. Missed that. I'll have to get most of this ploughed. It should show okay. The thing is, we need to plant something, but we can't really plant anything because we ain't got a harvest. Unless we do radish, put that in and plough that under. So I think what we may have to do, we will just put cultivate, well, we'll fertilise it and cultivate it down, then plant radish in here. And when it's ready to go, we will plough that back in. The field should by then be quite good hard. Without actually having to drive over the field. There you can tell he's been to college, he's been thinking all this up. As you can see them come out of character for a moment from narration, just to, I mean, you can see that the mods are appearing. I've actually got a buy bail mod on it. It's beta at the moment. They forget the guy's name who does it. He can't as yet stop it from deciding that you can rent or lease bales out. But he's decided to release it as a beta with that proviso that it allows you to lease bales. But that would be a very expensive way of doing it, because you'd know about to replace them if you used them. We will probably just do this field and have a little look round. I won't do a mission this time. I will do a mission. I had actually ploughed this field, but for some reason, I think when 1.2.1 landed, it must have set me back one save game. I just had to rebind my wheel and joystick. But that's what we find with new games. You're first on the scene, you're going to get the problems. Not many more passes now. We'll have to buy a reversible player at some point. Like, it doesn't make too much difference with plant vanilla. Oh, not quite vanilla now. But all that Mike's got here now, he's got a good farmer, and there's one thing one idea he's had, which came to him from Mr. David Oldfield, who's better known as Disco, who's also doing a series on here, on this map, and I would urge you all to go and watch Disco's series and he came up with one idea I hadn't actually thought of, which I'm going to put into practice in a moment. Once we've done this, we'll get a little bit more money together. On screen, I'm not going to allow myself to use hired helper or anything else like that until we actually afford hired hands, and we will need a lot more fields before we do that, and equipment. But Disco came up with the idea how to get more money. We've got stuff here we're not using. Hammer up here. Not certain where the fuel is. I think the fuel must be to go back to town. Don't need any yet, but what we'll do is this is the only tractor we're using. And almost 30 hours on it already. But we'll call that done. It's not. It's a few bits with this, but if you don't tell anybody, I certainly won't. Let's have a look at it. Oh, there's a few bits around the edge that needs playing, but I don't think it's going to make too much difference. It certainly needs fertilising. There's no fertiliser on there at all. Just get rid of GPS. Now that's how you do it if you don't want to play around with the full GPS. If you want, I wouldn't say cheat. It's not cheating. I've got my favourite, one of my favourite mods on now to help with the drive. We've got drive control on. And can we get that in? And then without actually hitting the as we can, without hitting the forks. What about that? Right, let's pull out now. If you look here, we've got what this barn in. We'll keep this one. We'll keep this one over here because that's where the seed and fertilizer is stored. Don't need this one up here, so I'm just going to drive over to it and go into this. And like it's just going to sell this. I can remember how. I know how to sell it, but how to get the right one. Just get out. There's no brakes on now, so I haven't had to put the brake sound in there. ep2 garage and small shed. Now which is it? Not that one. That's how you do it. That's the one over here. Yes, there we go. Let's get rid of that. And the other one I want to sell is that over there. So I'm coming out to sell again. Well, we can sell that from here because it's the only one there. We're not going to need that for a long time. And it actually just brings a bit of money in. Thank you, Disco. You don't realise how much he helped me. And that's all the equipment we've got. And that's what came with the farm. Not exactly the most brilliant bits of kit. And he hasn't actually got a fertiliser spreader, has he? And we need a fertiliser spreader. Can we afford one? Let's have a look. I don't think it's any good looking at sprayers somehow. Oh no, we can't afford sprayers. So we need a fertiliser spread. There we are. Or we're going to afford this. We're putting an order to Chad, tell them to put it to one side for and we'll come and collect it. Not very big. But we'll have it. Right. So we'll end up by going a quick little trip down to the store. Let's get rid of a lot of the money we picked up. It's also made us a bit more room out here. And next time I say I'll be talking about what's happened to the valley, plus we will be doing a few missions. I think I'm don't think I'll get there and back in the time we've got. Sorry, must remember I've got traffic on here, and the drivers around here are absolutely kamikaze. I kid you not. I think there must have been a lot of ex-Japanese suicide pilots retired here. I must have slowed down a bit and have a drink. No train, luckily. I've got the yeah. Did I put that? Yeah, got the beacons on. Whoopee. It says stop, and I think it means stop too, so you should come out here okay. Yeah, nothing coming. Put my foot down. Also, although I got the front loader, I don't actually need to fill these things up. I realise, watching Disco again, you can actually use them as just triggers of the refill bags. Get out in the other line there was a still can. Down here somewhere. I think I can get into there. Looks alright, looks clear. I'll run over the curb, don't worry. I haven't got a weight yet, but I'm not going to worry too much about that until we start to actually need it. It's a little titchy one, this, but that will do for now. It'll get us going. That's all that really matters for a start up. We have gear to work. It doesn't matter what's the cheapest combine whilst we're here. I know we can't afford one, but what is the cheapest? It looks like that have to be the Sampo. Header for same. Sampo. Doesn't do sunflower, that header. Oh, that one does, so use the corn header. We could just about afford a header for it. Once we're here, we just pop into the bank and see if we can pay any of our loan off. Oh, we repay. I think we repay 10. 15 there, we have 7,000. Go on, let's go the whole hog. We'll get some money. We're doing work for our neighbours. You see, that isn't worth much. The New Ireland. Everything else isn't too bad. Most of the other stuff is quite new. It shouldn't be, but I didn't look into the XML to find out how I could change things. Right, let's get onto the road. Let's get this home. That's right. I'm coming. I hope you're impressed. I'm actually going out for vehicles. I might just find it very difficult to drive on the wrong side of the road. That should get the American and Continental viewers started on the normal little fight, which is the proper side. Let's see what sort of frame rate we get. I knocked a couple of settings down very slightly. Mirror and one other, I forget what it was now. Let's get over there ready. And that's giving me better frame rate again. Still got to play. I'm still on very high, but I just knocked, I think, the mirrors down a little bit. And one other thing which I had actually set up and I shouldn't have done. Right, we're going to fill this up then. Yeah, that will just about do it. That seems odd without this shed here. Chickens around here somewhere. I'll have to go and find them. I might have some eggs, of course. Now, which one is fertilizer? Back now. I think it's the one this side. If I put the F1 menu up, we'll just have a look, see which will we get a trigger here. Refill, how about that? I do like this little spreader. I liked it in the gold edition. It's got a nice fill plan which you can actually see, which isn't always the case. Right, with that I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go and spread a bit of fertilizer. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, or even could put up with it, please leave a like. I'm not expecting too much. If you're not a subscriber and wish to subscribe, please do so. I'm always happy to have new subscribers aboard. I'm going to use GPS on this. I'm going to use it fully because most of this will be done off screen and you won't tell anybody, will you? That's better. work with, just put this up to what we want. It should be 12 meters, it is, make certain that isn't on. Move us across to the edge of the field. So about that. That should do it. And just get rid of that out of the way. And I have, I can remember which one. That one. I actually have a button set up for it. How about that? Talk about impressive. So we'll do the first stage now. We will plant radish in here. We've got a little seed. I hope I can do radish. We will find out. Anyway, if you're not subscriber and wish to do so, please subscribe. I'm getting sidetracked again. Any comments, questions, queries, feel free to post them. I will try and answer everyone. I may not know the answer to every question, but if I do, I will certainly try my best to answer. And with that, it's me Evan saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.